We are now recognizing the gentleman from Georgia, Mr. Hice. Mr. Hice is recognized for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I would like to take time to comment. Let's see. Let me mute this. There we go. I would like to take some time to comment on how the media and the many Democrats have put forth a narrative that has been circulating around since January 6th and has never been corrected. For example, the narrative that President Trump incited riots on January 6th. I don't even understand, Madam Chair, why you yourself don't speak the truth as to what President Trump actually stated. And what he said on the morning of January 6th, he said that I know that every one of you will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard today. Madam Chair, why don't you talk about how the president used those words to peacefully and patriotically instead of cherry picking words that you want to use to portray an image of something that did not happen. The timeline of what happened on January 6th, and these are approximate times, but the best that we have been able to gather, in the ballpark of noon, President Trump began his speech. At about 12:45, violent protesters started arriving at the Capitol. Now, let's keep in mind that the location where the president started his speech, where the speech took place, it's a 45-minute walk from that location to the Capitol. So if the individuals who were at the speech were involved, they would have had to leave before President Trump even started his speech. He started speaking at 12 o'clock, 12:45. The violent protesters arrive at the Capitol around 1 o'clock. The Capitol is overrun, and there are efforts to make a call to the National Guard. Between 1:10 and 1:15, President Trump ends his speech and tells attendees to peacefully and patriotically make their voices heard at the Capitol. About 1:50, the Capitol is breached. Now, in this timeline, it would have been about 2 o'clock before the earliest attendees of Trump's speech could have arrived at the Capitol. So the Capitol is attacked at the right shortly after the president begins his speech. It's breached before individuals could have gotten there. Where is the real narrative in all of that? Another narrative I want to bring up is that the media claims that the tragic death of Officer Brian Sicknick was a result of pro-Trump mobs bashing his skull with a fire extinguisher, which we all know now did not happen. Officer Sicknick, his autopsy revealed that he suffered no blunt trauma. In fact, his mother has since come out saying he died of a stroke. In fact, it was Trump supporters who lost their lives that day, not Trump supporters who were taking the lives of others. You go down the list here. Ashley Babbitt was shot and killed by a Capitol police officer. Kevin Greeson suffered a heart attack. Roseanne Boylan reportedly was crushed by rioters, and Benjamin Phillips died of a stroke. So the narrative needs to be cleared up. The truth matters. I'd also like to discuss what we know about those who were present on the day of the riots that took place. I actually have here something that was sent to me by an individual who was present. He said it was a beautiful day of peaceful, faith-filled support for free elections. When agitators rolled in and began to coordinate a very different agenda, I could see that their spirit was not the same. They were forceful and angry. They were physically disguised, but they could not disguise their spirit. They had tactical gear, walkie-talkies, gas masks, and a plan. I was close and got tear gassed. I saw these agitators from 6 feet away. Make no mistake about it, I was there. We've heard reports of buses of these individuals rolling up. Who were they? Where is the information about these individuals who rolled up? We saw reports of John Sullivan on CNN disguising himself as a reporter, which he was not. He is later found out that he is founder of Insurgent USA. It was involved in insurgent activity, inciting violence. Why is that type of thing not reported? I see my time is running out, but it's unfortunate that Mayor Bowser is not here today. I have a letter from her urging no support from the National Guard, and what little support they got. She wanted it for mere crowd control rather than stopping the incidents that were taking place. She should be here today testifying before us. It's extremely irresponsible, in my opinion, that she's not here. It's time that we get at the truth, that we start telling the truth, and we stop creating a narrative that is untrue and misleading to the American people. And with that, I yield back.
The gentleman yields back.